Tofa? Does that your hat say Tofa or Topa?
Topa.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a brewery.
Ah, okay. Cool. Cool. I don't I have yet to find a beer that I liked. Therefore, I just don't drink beer.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you don't like that make you very strange, and yet you like anime.
Okay, at least I'm not one of those that was like, I tried Budweiser once and I didn't like it and never tried it again. I gave like small breweries. I gave the like monastery breweries in Germany a chance. Like I've 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 tried my damnedest to acquire the taste, but nope. It's still piss water. Oh, oh well. I like whiskey. I think I still like it. If I could drink, I'm
Well, at least
fairly
you
certain
save
I
money
still
on
would.
at least you save money on alcohol then.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen lots of soldiers get paid on the first, and by the third they're broke. Jeez, most of it going to alcohol. What's left after the bills get paid? I think we're good, man. Yeah, let's roll the intro. Good morning, good afternoon, whenever I get this out to you guys. Welcome to the daily cup of genre here on the Genreverse Podcast Network and YouTube channel. I sound really loud in my own ears. Sorry if I'm loud in your guys' ears. I shouldn't be. Volume levels look fine. Anyways, we've got the Genreverse YouTube channel. Subscribe if you're not already. If you subscribed to us recently from Manny's initial reaction to Wakanda Forever, thank you very much for checking out that video and all the comments down in the comment section. Really do appreciate it, and hopefully you'll keep coming back for more entertainment news and opinions here on the Daily Cog and Genreverse YouTube channel, as well as the Genreverse Podcast Network, wherever you get your podcast from. That's right, where you don't have to always look at our ugly mugs. You can just listen to our awful voices, usually giving awful hot takes. No, I'm Kyle. That's Manny. Check out our the website for this whole media empire known as LRM Online. Go lrmonline.com. Yeah, I am kind of like all over the place. I did a special Anime-Versal Reviews with Jammer. He and I talked One Piece film Red. We did spoiler free per Crunchyroll's request, and then there will be a spoiler review out this weekend after the movie hits. The dub version of the movie for those that may be wondering. And then we've got our Monday box office to look at, of course, and then potentially some interesting news plus whatever Manny wants to bring up. So I want to start right there with the box office though, Manny, because Black Adam did something that most tentpole movies don't do these days, which is have a under 60% drop. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Black Adam's got legs. They're not very big legs. It's like they skipped legs day at the gym, but that's a little rock workout joke for you guys. But a 59% drop is not bad anymore. That's actually good considering how many big tentpole movies, Marvel included, push 65 to 70% drops. 27 million in for it. Pray for the Devil, a horror film that also came out brand new, brought in 7, and Ticket to Paradise in its what is this, third weekend out or something like that.
Second.
Second weekend, yeah, second weekend out. Brought in $10 million for a 39% drop. So yeah, not too shabby relative to its percentage. Still not great when you consider this is a $200 million movie. Also, what do you think?
There's nothing else to watch. And also I think word of mouth, might have convinced a couple people to go out.
I think so.
But I'm surprised because a lot of people aren't going to the theaters this weekend. It's a lot of and by the way, happy freaking Halloween, dude.
Yes, happy Halloween,
It's the
everyone.
only day you can go outside and people won't ask, why are you wearing a mask? Um and you know, the kind of the surprise for me is still Smile, because it still came in at $5 million. And that is that there was another horror film available, which was Pray for the Devil, that came out. But my girlfriend and I were talking about this. We feel that that movie was, the trailer has been out for so long that like we didn't even care for it anymore.
Yeah.
And so we didn't even go out to watch it. Halloween End, man, it just like 3 million, well, almost 4. But
yeah, 3.8.
that movie had one weekend and then lost all steam, everything. That, you know, that just, it just tells you that they messed
Cumulative gross so far 60 million for Halloween Ends.
That just tells you they I mean, do you need more evidence? Smile is Smile's almost at 100, is at 100 million. So
yep, 92. Yep. Indeed.
So that to me is the bigger surprise, I think, because what's gonna happen is Black Adam's gonna do really well also on HBO Max when it comes out there. So
doing well on HBO Max doesn't make any money though, Manny.
no, but given the way that streamers work nowadays, that's still a plus.
Yeah, I mean they need every dime they can get, so people
I would personally think,
watch it. Yeah,
I would personally think that doing an HBO Max and a physical copy release would be even better, because people who just like to collect the damn things will buy it, maybe not even to watch it, but just to have the copy of it.
Fairly certain this will have home video release as well.
Oh wait, yeah, duh.
So you're just saying people should. Yeah,
this isn't. My bad. This isn't Disney, where they.
Yeah. It is important though, guys. Like, by all means, please do buy the Blu-ray or DVD, even if that's all you got, all you can afford. Because I mean, like I said, you can't make that much money on the subscription. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty cool, and it was an alright weekend. I mean, we spent the weekend watching classics, and by classics I mean we decided there was a list of movies that we can introduce Emma to, just based on what we've seen. So she's watching Midnight Club with us on Netflix, which is fantastic, by the way. Just really, really good. We started watching Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, also really good. And then so the 2 horror movies we introduced to yesterday, over the weekend, because I don't think it was just yesterday, was Insidious, and the classic John Carpenter film The Thing.
How'd she like that?
She thought it was cool. Prosthetics
is cool.
The prosthetics and the prosthetics and practical effects on that thing are hella fun in that movie.
Oh god, yeah. They're awesome.
Yeah,
they're wonderful. I mean, when it comes to horror, the more practical the better. Even older ones, like god, I can't remember the movie where even stuff like Melting the Face, and this isn't a horror movie, but Melting the Face in Raiders, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, when they open it up and dude's face melts, like those types of practical effects. Absolutely love it. Horror's renowned for practical. I remember when Rob Zombie had to use CGI blood in, I think it was House of a Thousand Corpses, and people lost their shit over it. It didn't look great. And that's like, people will prefer, especially in horror films, something that does not necessarily look as quote unquote realistic, so long as it is real. Like the effect is real. So The Thing is one of those, man. The like you said, the prosthetics, going with the body horror, the puppetry, the stuff with fire's always like every human that's ever been burned, even mildly, you know, not talking about severe burns, knows that it sucks, and thinking about being lit on fire, and that's such a big part of that movie. We watched a lot of Simpsons Halloween stuff. My son has been very anti cartoon for a while. My wife and I thought we were being smart when he was really young. He didn't watch Bubble Guppies or Paw Patrol because, well, we didn't want to, and so we had like amazing Roll the Gumball, Teen Titans Go, a bunch of classic cartoons from our childhood, and when he got older, he felt like all of those were baby cartoons, and it's like, no, dude, we were trying to we were trying to help you skip that step, and so now he's like anime or nothing when it comes to cartoons. Well, he's still like some of the older Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles, but we finally convinced him to watch the first, you know, few Halloween specials for The Simpsons, which are good. The first like 10 are pretty damn good. After that, they get very, very hit or miss. I mean, they used Mr. and Mrs. Smith as a Halloween prompt in one of the specials. I was like, what the hell? And we watched a lot of that, and was really upset that I can't access the Brooklyn Nine-Nine without getting Peacock, because it used to be on Hulu if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to watch all the Halloween episodes, because those are great, man. I love the Brooklyn Nine-Nine Halloween episodes. I guess we'll have to get Peacock or something to watch that. And then tonight, plan on watching our probably all-time favorite Halloween like slasher flick is Behind the Mask, Rise of Leslie Vernon. That'll be after the trick-or-treating. So
cool. Yeah, I don't have any plans for Halloween. Actually, you know what I'm doing tonight?
What's that?
I am watching One Piece Red tonight.
Oh, okay.
You'll
have to let us know what you thought about it.
You'll have a very fair and balanced opinion tomorrow. You know, because if you listen to two weebs about it, all they're going to tell you is how great it is.
Jammer, you guys want to hear the review in depth? That's spoiler free if you haven't seen the movie yet. But he gave it a B+. I gave it a B-, and that's coming from Jammer being a super fan,
very big fan, yeah,
and very knowledgeable, and a fan of musicals, versus me, who is a noob to One Piece. I don't hate it or anything like that. I'm not invested in it. 30 some odd chapters, or somewhere near 30 chapters and a dozen so episodes. And now this One Piece film Red. And I don't like musicals, and this is very, very musical.
Crap.
So,
okay.
So much more fair and balanced.
And I have no, like, I did start watching it, and I forced myself to watch it when I had to interview some of the voice cast earlier this year, when they were going to premiere the 1000th.
You just mean this show?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm not reading manga. Good luck. I don't have time for it overall. I did buy one that I wanted to start reading. It's actually funny that we should mention it, because I do have it right here. I don't know. I saw it somewhere and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. It's called Dinosaur Sanctuary. And it's supposed to be like an island where dinosaurs were discovered, and they made a theme park out of it. And it's like, what would have happened if Jurassic Park would have succeeded? Basically, I think that's how it was presented to me.
Interesting.
And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I love dinosaurs. I'm like 5 years old at heart. So yeah, I have a general idea of what One Piece is, and that's good enough for me, I think. Because there's a lot of episodes, and the thing is, it's like I can always come back to it. So not too worried about it. But I do want to.
It's not going anywhere.
I do want to check out the film. I am interviewing one of the voice actresses tomorrow, who is Central American, which is very exciting. What? No, stop. Hold on. Oh. Say hello to the people. Hi. See? Wait.
Kitty.
Anyway. Oh, so yeah. So I'm kind of so like I am kind of excited to see what because like usually so what I'm interested is okay, so like the casual I don't really watch anime, but I kind of do whenever my friends want to go out and watch it. This is that's kind of the approach I take to the movie, because I do have that. I do have a lot of friends who like get excited over like Dragon Ball Z, um, uh, Demon Slayer, whatever, all those things, which is great. Um, and I want to, and when they invite me to when they have a feature film, I want to go out and have a good time with them and support them in their own fandoms. So this is another one where those where it's like, okay, so if I'm just a casual dude, going to watch this movie, am I going to understand what's going on?
I think they did a well enough job of expressing relationships, like level of importance, what's close to the family, what's just we've worked in together in the past. This is very much a like end game level event where you're gonna have characters from all over. It's not canon to the story. There's no particular area that this fits in. So you can kind of just take it or leave it in that aspect. You would benefit the more you know, but I don't think you have to be 500 chapters in to appreciate the film.
All right, we'll see then.
So
my cat's very upset.
A B minus.
My cat's very upset. I kicked him off. Yeah, he's standing on my girlfriend's desk, just glaring at me.
So we mentioned Black Adam because of the box office, and it would have been nicer to segue into it without going into One Piece, but we did, or we went into Halloween stuff and then into One Piece, but now we're circling back to Black Adam because as most of you should know by now, Superman, Henry Cavill's Superman has returned and did in that movie.
God damn it, Kyle! Spoiler alert.
Dude, the movie's out now. 2 weeks.
I know,
so.
It's a joke. Well, it's a bigger joke because because the Rock
already.
Because he spoiled it for everyone, and then everyone blamed Grace Randolph for it, which I am totally fine with. Given on some of her hot takes. So if you think that the Rock is not worthy of your criticism, then by all means direct it to someone else.
Just
kidding.
Cavill coming back. It seems like he's going to be doing a lot more for DC, or he's incredibly upset at the direction of his current show, The Witcher, because he is done after season 3. Season 4 will be Mr. Liam. Well, I transitioned to the wrong thing. Will be Mr. Liam Hemsworth. So this is what Cavill had to say on his Instagram in an Instagram post, and I'm reading from Superhero Hype because they have both Hemsworth and Cavill's comments together. So my journey, and this is Cavill, my journey as Geralt of Rivia, I don't know how to pronounce this damn crap, I've only watched part of the first season, has been filled with both monsters and adventures, and alas, I will be laying down my medallion and my swords for season 4. In my stead, the fantastic Mr. Liam Hemsworth will be taking up the mantle of the White Wolf. As with the greatest of literary characters, I pass the torch with reverence for the time spent embodying Geralt and enthusiasm to see Liam's take on this most fascinating and nuanced of men. Liam, good sir, this character has such a wonderful depth to him. Enjoy diving in and seeing what you can find. Liam responds as a Witcher fan, I'm over the moon about the opportunity to play the character. Henry Cavill has been incredible, and I'm honored that he's handing me the reins and allowing me to take up the White Wolf's blades for the next chapter of his adventure. Henry, I've been a fan of yours for years and was inspired by what you brought to this beloved character. I may have some big boots to fill, but I'm truly excited to be stepping into the Witcher world, and that's why I don't read much anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's taxing. Anyways, there you go. There have been rumors, reports, whatever. I don't want to go too far into them about Cavill's displeasure with some of the direction of the show versus the books. For those that might not know, Cavill's a big geek. Like, he's a diehard fan of these books. He's a gamer. Dude plays like
built his own PC.
Yeah, I mean, he's legit into this stuff. So those rumors and stuff, could they be believable? I could see that. But it's also very possible that this is a result of, hey, dude, you've got like 5 movies to jump into in the next 5 years or something. What do you make of the move, and what do you think about Hemsworth taking over? Do you watch The Witcher?
I used to. It got kind of boring, okay, but I did watch it. I thought it was perfect for the role, but I just like Henry Cavill. How I remember when I first saw him in I'm pretty sure he has other screen credits that I'm not thinking of, but he played the son in the Count of Monte Cristo, which was I thought I love that movie. It was great.
That's an old, well, not old, but
not
old
that old.
movie.
Calm down.
I said old, but not old.
Okay.
Modern version of old, where anything like 5 years, 10 years and older is old.
Have you ever had
they're remaking games that aren't even 20 years old, so.
Well, The Witcher's getting a big old face.
I know.
You ever have anyone tell you like the late 1900s and you just want to fight them? Anywho, so the thing
no, thank God.
I've heard it a couple times. The thing about the movie that I heard that was interesting also is that there's like a lot of factors. One, which was of course playing Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is his agent, being that he's playing Superman again, doesn't want him on Netflix. Specifically because they want to market him as a superstar, which I thought he already was, but okay, sure. Like if you're on Netflix now, like it really doesn't make you any less.
Not these days.
No,
that's for sure.
Definitely not these days. But like I think he also signed on for a Guy Ritchie movie. And so yeah, I think he has multiple big projects, and of course whatever they want to do with him with Superman. But like, let's be real, there is no Superman stuff happening, hell, maybe in the next year or so, because they're barely trying to figure out what they want to do with that. They don't have a script ready. They don't have anything for him to go put on a costume and do what. Like, they've already shot The Flash, they've already shot Aquaman, they've already shot Shazam. So yeah, I mean, unless he's gonna come in for like a day and do another cameo for Shazam.
Could be. I mean, it's not that hard to slide them into a quick reshoot of some sort. Throw in another. I mean, look what he did for Black Adam. That wasn't a whole lot, Have Amanda Waller say some stuff and then Superman walk in. We need to talk. I mean,
immediate beef. Yeah.
It's I could see him doing a bunch more little things and them sprinkling him in. I'm not saying they will, but I could easily see it. Yeah, it's interesting as far as how and because it like you said, agents and representation looking to market their commodity, if you will.
They get bigger paychecks, they get a bigger cut.
It is still so weird to think that they might be sitting here thinking a fairly successful fantasy series, well beloved and doing well, could be seen as a weight instead of an accolade. Well, I could see them thinking that though.
Well, yeah,
you still have a lot of that old mentality in Hollywood. I mean, look, even a couple years ago, you still had directors being like, "Oh, it's not a real movie if it's
on Netflix. Yeah,
if it's on Netflix, it shouldn't be up for Oscars and stuff like that." And it's It's like, dude, I hate to tell you this, but and this was before the pandemic. Streaming, people are really enjoying it and really wanting to use that a hell of a lot more. You might be SOL in the future, and lo and behold, I mean, a lot of Oscar films haven't always been big money makers. But now it's like, if it's not a Marvel movie or anything, is there even a superhero or Star Wars movie? Is there even a point in putting it in theaters to some of these studios and to a lot of customers? So yeah, we kind of got to get out of this idea. While I would love to get out of the idea of streaming in general, we need to get out of this idea that it is a inferior, that only inferior products end up on streaming, because that's bullshit. Yep. There's lots of good stuff on there.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of good stuff, especially although it doesn't, international stuff that you wouldn't be. I mean, we've talked about that several times, but it is it's cool. For a second I forgot what we were talking about. One thing that
Cavill and Witcher.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if people know this, because I mean, who cares what time it is? But I record this at like 6 a.m. It was like 6:30 when I mean, like literally just waking up and barely taking my first sip of coffee. So, my thoughts and opinions,
Daily Cog.
maybe kind of sparse, but they are very raw instead of very thought out. So like, if I don't like something, instead of just saying, you know what, it's not that great, I might just be like, it's rubbish.
Yeah. Last story that I have that I wanted to get your take on goes back to WandaVision. We are getting a rumor that the other part of the story surrounding Wanda, Vision, and their kids, Vision Quest, might get an adaptation of sorts, heading to Disney Plus. This came from Jeff Snyder. Appeared on Hot Mic with Jeff and John and said, "I'm told that next week Marvel will be opening a writer's room for a Vision show titled Vision Quest." Now, rumor, Snyder's got a good enough track record for Cam to discuss on the Bar Side Buzz. Cam usually does not like to just throw anything up there willy-nilly. With ideas of Mephisto coming into Ironheart, continuing on this aspect of the story seems logical. I don't know. What do you make of it, man? You excited to see Paul Bettany come back as Vision?
No, I really don't care for Vision, like, at all.
I like Vision. I liked WandaVision.
No, like he was like it was cool to like the end of WandaVision where it just got really boring. But that's it. Like I didn't need more Vision. I don't want more Vision. Like what it like,
I like Vision. I like Paul Bettany.
No, like,
I don't know,
this has nothing to do with how much I like the actor. He's great. And I think, and I really enjoyed him in WandaVision, just the different take, the quote unquote human side, especially the earlier episodes. This is very, very, very classic television versions. And heck yeah, I really did like him in like Endgame and that subpar movie called what was that?
Civil War?
No, he wasn't in Civil War.
Captain America 3, Civil War. Yeah.
Man, Age of Ultron is that old?
Yeah, Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron was crap. Talk about nerfing.
It was not crap.
Talk about nerfing. No, Ultron. They did nerf Ultron could be his own Thanos if you did him right.
That's because Tony made him instead of Hank.
No, I just think that's because Disney has no vision. I know, right?
They're trying to get their vision back right now, Manny.
Yeah, and they're not doing a good job because they just greenlit a Daredevil series. Good job trying to get your vision back.
Oh man.
Good morning. Yeah, I like why this series is just
Like I said,
honestly, this Vision is like it's not even an overreaction because I don't like, I think people like Vision, but
mhm.
I don't think he's like, this is gonna be a Hawkman level series. So, and I feel very similarly about Agatha's series. Um, I'm like,
See,
oh, why?
that's why I think that they're actually going. I think they're actually going back and plan on revisiting some of the theories and fan stuff, stuff that they just straight ripped from comics without including everything, or including some of the most important parts. Because I don't want page to screen translations of things. Marvel's done a really good job in the first three phases of amalgamating 616 comics, Ultimate Comics, and adding something for the screen. So I'm not one that demanded it has to play out like it did in the books, but there were so many storylines that they took everything but one character for, and I'm wondering if some of the fan mehness on the rest of Phase 4 has caused them to go, you know what, maybe we should go back and say it was all it was all part of the plan to begin with, and we were just drawing it out much longer.
That would be a cop out.
We'll see.
And the same level that She-Hulk was the last episode was a complete cop out of the entire series.
I agree.
So I mean,
I will never buy that being the plan from the beginning. Right. I think they had a plan, and they just didn't know how to write it out. And when they couldn't figure out how to get it out of their head to a page, that's what they ended up.
They said mention the word X-Men, and we're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We'll all be all right.
Yeah. It's like if they make it, I hope it's good. Like. Yeah. The thing is, me saying necessarily I don't want it. Sometimes as a consumer, I don't know I want something until it's out, and that's just part of.
You don't even know what's good.
Well, that's part.
You don't even know what's good for you.
That's just part of what studios have to do. It's make you convince you that you actually needed something. So, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, we'll just say, "Haha, we're right," and we'll see. Because I like. I don't even know where it would fit, first of all, and like why at that point it would be important, because let's be honest, to this point, nothing necessarily seems to really matter per se as far as the project being connected or leading up to something, which kind of diminishes the whole. Like, all right, so like Kang doesn't even need to be that powerful, because like, who is he really beating up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, that's funny.
It just I don't know. It just, while there's some really good individual projects that have happened, like there, and that's cool if that's what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. We've already been told. That it leads up.
I agree.
That it leads up to these two really big events. And if you have Secret Wars, you cannot do it without the X-Men.
I think that's where the majority of them will pop in at. Anyways, it's just someone in the comments about that. Yeah, someone in our comments from our couple episodes ago, I think it was the one dealing with Wakanda forever, was really digging into our thoughts on how quickly they've moved through the multiverse, and how it really hasn't done anything multiversal. There's not been any real serious Michael Thomas in the comments on our episode. Many had seen Wakanda Forever, and just saying, it'll all play out in the end. You don't know yet. It could just be a long, slow burn. But the point is they keep telling us that this has consequences, and then the next 4 projects, nothing. Then you get another one that they say has consequences, and then 3 or 4 more projects and nothing.
Yep.
And then you get another one where they say this has consequences, and the word multiverse is in it, and 2 or 3 projects later, nothing. So it's frustrating. Like I've said, if you don't sell it to me in one way, then I'm not. I can change my expectations. But when you are the one setting the expectations, you better meet it. Spy Family is a perfect example. As we start wrapping up here, they told in our most recent episode, they kind of change up the format, and there's like little mini segments instead of just a full 20-minute episode. You get like a 15-minute segment, and then like a 5-minute segment, and then like a 2-minute segment. And that's apparently because in the manga right now, as far as what they're adapting into anime, that's how it is. There's these short little 5 or 6 page segments and short stories. And now that we're aware of that, because it was kind of off-putting to see it happen in the anime like that, now that we understand that they're adapting it quite literally, they're not looking to add just pure animated filler, I can adjust my expectations for the show. And especially knowing that it's not a cop-out, that this is adapting the source material. Marvel, if you want to come out and change your sales pitch, I'm all ears, because right now you're selling me a Ferrari, but you're selling me on a Ferrari, but you're offering me like a Yugo.
Well, what I'm curious about now is they kind of I was gonna say something that sounded a little maybe too vulgar for whatever, but I don't care. They kind of, I think they overshared already as far as the projects that are coming up. Like they didn't need to reveal that they were doing Secret Wars yet.
Yeah.
Hell, they
had to gin up some sort of because people have been looking for X-Men and Fantastic Four, and
Fantastic Four alone would have been great.
Would have been good enough, I think.
So like, and granted, I'm playing Monday morning quarterback, whatever. Where coulda, shoulda, woulda. But of course they didn't know it with Warner Brothers. They probably knew what Warner Brothers was bringing. All those people, so like people have this really misconception that they hate each other or whatever, when they're actually probably really good friends. Especially now that Gunn and Feige they're still working together for a while,
for a few months
at least. So what I'm curious about is DC's getting their stuff together. In the next few years, I think you might see DC winning these shows a little bit more, just because what is there really to get excited for over at Marvel? Because
I don't know. I'm
because even when they're
about Ant-Man, but I don't know. I've been burned.
I honestly, my issue with Ant-Man is that the quantum realm looks like crap. As far as it just looks like they're standing in like the volume or something. There's something about the way I looked at those like sets or backgrounds or whatever that you want to call them, and it's just kind of like. It's very much, and the internet never fails. It kind of does look like Spy Kids 3D, as far as the aesthetics, and then it didn't help that the costumes, that the outfits were very, very generic, very generic looking as far as like what they're wearing. You might as well be like in a G.I. Joe movie. And there's not, I didn't see anything that really screamed special, and then besides Kang looking really, really amazing, and that's what I'm worried about is the kind of the CG and kind of all of that taking me out of it.
It could definitely be an issue. And
the other thing is you're having Kang in it, right? So are you gonna need to are you gonna be able to find that balance between jokes and serious moments? Because you failed miserably in Thor, Love and Thunder that needed to be a lot more serious. Hell, like
needed to have some seriousness in it at least.
Yeah, and so we're just gonna laugh through, you know, like cancer and somebody's daughter dying and you know, things like that.
And we're gonna have a character called the God Butcher and show absolutely no butchering of gods.
Yeah, and you know, despite the almighty Thor being like really freaking awesome, we're not gonna show her, you know, getting her powers or nothing. Just anyway, that's a different rant. So all to say that I don't know. I don't. We know we used to say in Feige we trust.
Not anymore.
And now it's like, all right, man. Like you're on thin ice right now with us, just because. And this is their own fault.
100%.
This, I mean, you know, you gave us this, and then now we're here, or maybe here.
No, we're pretty low after She-Hulk.
I mean, not just that show. I mean, we also have Hawkeye. We have Miss Marvel.
Yes.
We have Thor: Love and Thunder, Eternals.
Yep. Eternals.
Like these things were not very good.
Yeah, Black Widow.
Oh yeah, Black Widow also. Black Widow has one of the worst CG shots that people make fun of. When Florence, something explodes in front of her and she flies back, and it has like a mini explosion. It's bad, man.
I didn't even notice that. I thought you were talking about like the falling through the sky stuff. I was like, that was
some
rough.
of the effects are awful in that movie.
Yeah.
So like it's like, what's going on? You guys like we're doing such an amazing job, and like I don't know, did you like lose interest a little bit, or you know, is it more about the money now than the project? Was it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just mistake after mistake after mistake.
Is it that you just like at this point are biting off more than you can chew? You have way too much going on.
I think
if you think about how many projects they have going on, they're probably overworking people like bad.
Left and right. Yeah, no, I 100%. I mean, we all thought when they were like, yeah, we're gonna get two or three Marvel shows a year, 2 or 3 movies a year. We all thought that would be great, you know. Yeah. Getting no, it was like 3 or 4 movies and 2 or 3 shows a year. That was like, oh my god, that's so much content.
And people were working on like,
can't make it.
That.
they cannot make that much content. Like, I mean, that sucks, because it's not like certain things stayed good and only some things were meh. It really became everything took a hit. But you know, even if CGI and some of the technical stuff took a hit, if the stories were still good, we wouldn't complain as much. But there's just been a complete lack of good cohesive stories in phase 4, in my opinion.
I think individually some of the stories are very weak, and then cohesively even worse.
Yeah.
Because I mean my gems in phase 4 are
Shang-Chi, Loki.
Yeah, Shang-Chi, Loki, 3/4 of the way of WandaVision.
I know people include No Way Home.
No Way Home, I don't include it, actually.
Watch it again. I just don't.
I'm never gonna watch that movie again.
I don't think it'll hold up. I don't. Especially with me having no nostalgia for Toby or Andrew. Like, I appreciate what Toby's movies did. I think Melina is brilliant in Spider-Man 2. I can appreciate the films without ever wanting to watch them again, because I won't. And I'm excited for Spider-Verse.
Well, that's a whole other topic, and that's one of your biggest rants, is bringing back these so many characters that for years people were like, these movies are horrible.
Give the rights back to Marvel, and then bring back that thing I used to hate.
So that's why I can't. Okay, so I'll do Shang-Chi. I'll go WandaVision, kind of like Winter Soldier wasn't bad. Falcon and Winter Soldier. But like what annoyed me, okay, we'll include that as a good one too, because like what annoyed me about that one was bashing in the same message, and after like episode 4 I was like, okay, I get it, Like, I get it. And then they kept doing it and kept doing it. And by the end of it, I was like, all right, like, this is like, it was fine, but I don't know how dumb you think your audience is, but I think they got it. I think we got it.
they had a Sony moment, man. That's what it was. They had Sony moment.
And then what also upset me, two other things that upset me about that series were that the fact that they just couldn't keep a villain because they had to turn him good. And we didn't get really a Falcon costume reveal. Like, there was no like moment for it to like kind of like
for his new Captain America.
Yeah.
I mean, the flying in was sort of like it, but
no, yeah.
they show it before he gets his big hero stance. So.
Like the way one of the great things about Black Adam was his reveal. Mm-hmm. His reveal was super cool, regardless of what you think the rest of the movie. That was like, all right, that's how you do a reveal right there. That is badass. And then just just even Moon Knight was like good, but only because Oscar Isaac carried that. Then again, we didn't really even get that much Moon Knight. Yeah, we got a lot of Oscar Isaac, which was okay. Like, I liked him. He did a really good job. But it was like, okay, like, what do we really like? And then Miss Marvel could have been good, and then they kind of like
screwed it up at the end.
Kind of stumbled.
That's their fault.
Yeah. So, Multiverse of Madness I thought was good just because they added quite a few little bits of horror elements, which I liked. The introduction of America Chavez was cool, and then integrating some of the what if stuff. I thought was no,
that's not technically the what if stuff. That's just the multiverse.
Well, yeah, what I'm saying is characters we've seen already.
Yeah,
from
I know. So it was just disappointing because it just reset back to square one at the end of it. And there was no real multiversal repercussions. I'm tapping my pen in frustration. Anyways, before we get distracted and go down another rabbit hole, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today on the Daily Cup of Genre. I hope that everyone has a good, safe, and fun Halloween. Let us know what you'll be watching tonight after the trick-or-treating is done, if this is things that you participate in. And check out all the other great content here on the Genreverse YouTube channel and podcast network, wherever you get your podcast from. On YouTube, you get anime reactions, trailer reactions, hopefully some more game streams in the near future, as well as all of the podcasts like Marvel Multiverse Mayhem and the Cantina doing Marvel and Star Wars news, reviews, and respectively. Anime-Versal Reviews reviewing, One Piece film Red, but seasonal anime, Chainsaw Man and Spy Family. We have Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast, as well. All of the podcasts and reviews go up on your favorite podcast apps like Spotify and Google, Stitcher, Apple. Leave us some reviews. Leave us some thumbs up, down if you need to. Just let us know why. So we can comprehend and know whether or not to pay any attention to. No, I'm joking. Check out lrmonline.com every day for all other entertainment news needs and opinions, as well as celebrity interviews that go up on the LRM YouTube channel. Anyways, Kyle at that Kyle Malone on Twitter. Manny, where can people find you at?
In bed. I'm gonna go back to sleep. At Manny Gomez Media. Yeah, I actually have to go to work in a few minutes. At Manny Gomez Media on the thing that's owned by Elon Musk now, and then at Riddle Me This _510 on that thing that's owned by Meta, whatever that is.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you next time. Bye.